Angry AEW fans have forced an immediate change from Tony Khan. Literally within mere seconds of something happening on AEW programming, we have seen AEW and Tony Khan immediately flip the switch, and we got to talk about that. That's huge. Also, in addition to that, an AEW rising star has re-signed with the company, one that I'm a huge fan of, and one that I hope actually has a very successful career in the company. I have my doubts, I have my concerns, but I think everything will be okay. We got to talk about a WWE star shooting his shots at AEW. It's all coming up right here on the Ango Show. Okay, guys, so I want to kick things off with Lexis King. This is kind of funny. People get so mad. The fans get so mad. But I swear, guys, I think this is so funny because the thing about wrestling tribalism, by the way, is that everybody will sit here and they will talk about WWE taking shots at AEW and AEW taking shots at WWE. But I'm seeing a lot of people complain about this, and I just thought it was honestly so hilarious because Lexis King was promoting WWE Evolve yesterday. And he says, tonight, WWE Evolve has the glorious privilege of hosting the King in its main event. While I don't foresee the competition to be steep, I will say this. Evolve is not a downgrade. It is not a demotion. It is fresh green land to be conquered by none other than myself. Then a fan responds to him and says that they would be watching AEW instead, referring to Evolve as developmental, right? And so this was really funny because the fan was like, hey, it's like developmental for the developmental, right? Now, Lexis King says that this guy's so funny. He goes, so you'll be watching the developmental for the developmental for the developmental. No worries, I'll be busy developing while you are watching others develop. And I swear, I don't know why this is so funny to me. I think a lot of people are so mad about this tweet because he is calling AEW developmental for Evolve, which is developmental for NXT. I know it's a lot, but please bear with me. I think this is so funny. I think it is so funny when wrestlers take shots at each other. This is not like when wrestlers take shots at other companies and this and that, you know, in the last few years, I've really just learned to enjoy it. I think, you know, the whole tribalism thing is so funny. You got to be careful. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. But obviously, Lexis King, Brian Pillman Jr., came from AEW. So to me, I just think it's hilarious that this is even a conversation. But for the people that are outraged by this, you really can't be outraged by it. Like, these companies just take petty shots at each other. That's just the way it is. And if you really want a wrestling war, then that's going to be part of it. I think people got to be careful how much crap they actually talk. But yeah, this is funny. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. That brings us to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. AEW has re-signed Willow Nightingale. I'm going to give you guys the details here because Fightful Select did drop a very big report. Now, just keep in mind, a couple days ago, we were talking about her possibly becoming a free agent this year. There was talks of Willow Nightingale being in contract year, her contract set to expire. It's actually a relatively big topic because of the fact that WWE has been poaching AEW talent. And listen, we can all assume who's going to be loyal to what company, but when it comes down to the money and it comes down to the perks of being with a company, certain people are going to hear offers. However, Willow Nightingale actually decided not to do that because Fightful Select has reported that she has been locked down to a new contract with AEW, and it is a multi-year contract. Now, how many years is multiple years, right? I mean, technically, it could be 2 years, it could be 3, 4, 5. We don't really know. But this is good news if AEW has locked her down long term. And the reason for that, I think a lot of people would agree with me. Willow Nightingale is just awesome. Like, she is, when she shows up on the screen, good energy, ultimate baby face, just bubbly personality. A lot of people like watching her. A lot of people like seeing her work. A lot of people like seeing what she can do. And not only is she great on the mic, but she's a great in-ring worker. Like, this is awesome. I have some concerns. Of course, I'm always going to have concerns. I've had concerns with Becky and WWE. I'm going to have concerns here. I feel like AEW right now has been really, really pushing Toni Storm and Mercedes. And I feel like all the other women, while they might be on TV, are essentially taking a backseat to those two. Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale are two people who should really be a primary focus for this company on TV. They're not. Megan Bain is somebody who also joins that list. I also throw in Thunder Rosa as well. Keep in mind, we haven't been seeing Britt Baker. It's crazy. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. I like the way Willow Nightingale presents herself as a talent. I think she is going to be a massive star in pro wrestling. I really do. I think she is such a likable character that wrestling fans will support that and continue to support that. So for me personally, it's just a matter of wanting to see them do right by her. And WWE has been poaching AEW talent. This is somebody who is saying, listen, I'm not even going to go entertain the other company's offers. I'm not even going to test free agency. I'm going to stick around because I believe in AEW. That's huge, and I hope she gets rewarded for it. And that brings us to our final topic, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Khan has been forced to make an immediate change. This is not a joke. This is very, very legit. And I think a lot of people are going to be very shocked to realize that Tony Khan is paying attention to social media, paying attention to the crowd reactions, but this is an immediate change. Now, for those who don't know, Mina Shirakawa made her official debut as a member of the AEW roster last night. She won the Fatal 4-Way contender, qualifying elimination, eliminators match, whatever. So Mina Shirakawa comes out with brand new music, and literally immediately after, somebody tweeted out like, yo, like, we're not vibing with this. And Tony Khan goes, I know, I already changed it. Like, he immediately responded and said, we have already changed it immediately back to our old theme. This might be the fastest thing I have ever seen, like the fastest response to an immediate uproar of fans. Like, literally, if you go on social media, specifically Twitter, where Tony Khan hangs out probably the most, you could see everybody talking smack about this new theme for Mina Shirakawa. They wanted her to go back to her old theme. And Tony Khan's like, yep, already changed it. Like, right away. Now, you got to be careful, right? Because just because fans complain doesn't mean you always need to cater to them, right? That's like one side of the story. But also at the same time, too, I didn't really care for the new theme either. I thought her old theme was better. To be fair, Def Rebel's kind of been stinking it up in WWE, and WWE just don't give a shit. AEW at least was like, hey, this is not a big deal. We're going to go back to the old thing. We think it's better anyways. I think it's cool. I think it's good. Like, I don't know if WWE heard the negative feedback every time from Def Rebel and immediately changed it back, like, we would all be very happy, but WWE doesn't do that. This isn't about picking sides, but at the same time, too, it is nice to see that Tony Khan actually did listen, because, yeah, there was a huge uproar about this, and sometimes that's just the way it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Ango Show. If you guys want more videos like this, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I'll see you next time.